a Thursday edition of the Investor Guys podcast. Bill, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing amazing, my friend. Episode 84. Thanks every one of you guys for being here. Kev, thanks for you putting up with me for all 84 of these. It is
not at all.
Great to see you.
30 years and it's been great. So,
in sunglasses, Hawaiian shirt, and with water in the background. Now I got to tell everybody, unlike what we do sometimes, that is not a green screen background. That is a Key West background right there. That's the real thing. No green screen there. So very cool, brother.
That is right behind where I am.
Nice. Looks like it might be a deep water slip.
It is. Unfortunately, we didn't bring a boat. So, but yeah, the slips are included with our the condo here.
So, we talk so much about when people get started and how they get started and all, and we've talked around that a little bit. Why don't we nail that sucker head on today? How's that work for you?
Yeah, it sounds great, and that's what we were saying earlier. We people say, well, how do I get started? How do I get started? We say just get started, because you know what? For us, it's that simple. It's that easy. And a lot of people, it is. They just get started. But a lot of people are overwhelmed. Yep. They have a risk aversion. They just don't want to take any risk whatsoever. So no matter where you fall in that spectrum, you could be one of those people, you just don't have a whole lot of funds to start investing, or you could be one of those people where you have a lot of funds. And you know what? I worked hard for that. I just don't want to risk that much money on getting started.
Sure.
So we're going to do a scalability of getting started. You don't have to jump in with both feet. You don't have to go all in up to your armpits to get started. Test the water, try it out. You're not going to make your accomplishments quickly if you're going slowly, but test the water. Once you get going, you're going to realize how easy and how superior investing in real estate is for making you the returns that you want to see on your money. So we're going to talk about a couple of ways to do that today, and I'll let you kick it off. I think we should talk about OPM first, because a lot of people, they have this aversion to getting started because they feel like they just don't have the funds. And that should be the last reason why you don't get started, because the money is out there for virtually anyone to get started, regardless of your credit.
Yep. So the easiest way, in my opinion, is twofold. I think the easiest way is when you look at either private money or hard money. You're going to find that is the easiest way to get this thing going. Hard money will actually help you make sure that you're buying the right property and not getting overwhelmed from a property standpoint. They will look at it and tell you whether it's a good deal or not, because they're not going to lend on it if it's not. And so let's go with a very common spread, 75-25 or 70-30, meaning that the hard money lender will give you 70% or 75% of the purchase amount. Many times they will give you that of the after repaired value, and a lot of times that can end up being enough to make the purchase and do the rehab. Now, they're going to want to see you have some skin in the game. Well, Bill, I don't have any skin in the game. That's why I got started yet. That's where you can take private money for that little bit of down payment. So if you're looking at 25% and it's $200,000 property, then you need 50 grand. There's a gazillion people out there that have 50,000 available in a self-directed retirement account that are very comfortable with going into real estate. They would be in a secondary position, but unlike your personal mortgage, when you have investment property, the hard money lender is not going, well, Bill, where did you get that $50,000 that you're doing here? You can borrow 100% of the funding for purchase and 100% of the borrow funding for rehab, and you still make all the profit. You give up interest rate. You don't have to give up percentage of profit. You give up interest rate. And that is a very, very easy way to get started, either with 100% private money or with combination hard money and private money. But hard money can be a really fast track to get started. And then the private money that you're looking for, if you don't have those funds available, and a lot of people don't, if you don't have those funds available, hard money, the private money becomes the great complement to your hard money.
And you know what? Here's something else that's often overlooked, and Bill actually talks about. He talks about it on a different kind of note, but there are so many people around you that have money that you may not realize it. And a lot of people are like, you know what? I don't want to go to my family. I don't want to go to my friends. I don't want to. I don't want to be in that relationship with people who I know. And I absolutely get that. But you know what? Talk to everybody you know. And Bill has a great line that he uses. He says, you know, this may not be for you, but do you know anybody who would be interested in investing in real estate secured by first position in a deed to that real estate? And
that's pretty good.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of people, they literally don't have the money, but they know somebody who would. I know people, I've told students to do this. Go out and talk to everybody you know. Don't expect your family to invest in real estate, but let them know you're investing in real estate. Let them know that you're looking for money to invest in real estate, because who knows you better than your family?
Yep.
So if they know somebody who has those funds, they're able to put in a good word to them. They're going to be your best salesperson. Okay. So you may not know that person, but somebody else does know that person.
Yep.
So talk to everybody, let them know what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be, like I said, doesn't have to be your parents, doesn't have to be your siblings, doesn't have to be your best friends. In fact, I probably wouldn't get into deals with those people just because that's me. I mean, if you're in a different situation, that's you. But those people will undoubtedly know somebody who knows somebody who has those funds, who's willing to back you, especially if you can show them good intentions and then show them good returns on the tail end of the deals.
Yeah, if you're looking at paying, so in a first position, you may, on a hard money loan, you can be anywhere from, we just did one for a client, 799 with 1 point. And we've seen them in the last 60 days, even as low as rates are, we've still seen them that have gone in the 11, 12% with points on top of that. So you just shop around for it. Let them know what your experience level is, and understand that until you get 2 or 3 under your belt, you're going to pay higher interest rate. Think of it like your credit card, like your car, like anything that has interest associated with it. They, meaning car, credit cards, mortgage, are all looking at your credit history. What the hard money is looking at, they're going to take a look at your credit, but they're going to take a harder look at your investment history. And so think about it. You don't have one yet, or you may have very limited. And so you're going to pay a little bit higher rate until you get to a point where you have, and look, it doesn't take 20 deals. You get 2 or 3 deals under your belt, and hard money lenders are like, okay, great. This is an experienced person. They get it. The things are flowing correctly when they're doing the deals. And they may ask you to look at a previous deal, and that's absolutely fine. I would offer that up to them, by the way. We're coming up on break, so let's hop out. We're a little over here. Let's hop out, and we'll be right back in just a minute with more Investor Guys podcast and how to get started.
11 months out of the year, Bill Barnett and myself do real estate buyers events in great cities like Orlando, Florida. We bring a group of investors to the cities where we have personal experience. We show them what we're buying, what not to buy, the strategies that we're using to get great returns on our real estate investment portfolios in these specific markets. These events are designed to put properties into your portfolio while you are here. To read more about the real estate buyers events, go to realestatebuyersevent.com. That's realestatebuyersevent.com. Our schedule is there. You're going to read more about the event, and you can even register. We'll see you at our next event. A lot of real estate training programs claim that they will make you a millionaire. but how many of them will guarantee it? The Millionaire Blueprint comes with a millionaire guarantee. I guarantee that if you use the strategies and you use the formulas that you learn in the Millionaire Blueprint, you will be a millionaire. I guarantee that with a double your money back guarantee. Whether you have hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest or absolutely nothing, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to start investing and be a millionaire guaranteed. Now, I can't tell you all about it in this short amount of time, so go to the guaranteedmillionaireblueprint.com. That's the guaranteedmillionaireblueprint.com. Watch the videos there. Read about the guarantee. Read more about what we offer with the Millionaire Blueprint. Get signed up. I'll see you in Palm Beach.
It is episode 84 of the Investor Guys podcast. We're calling this How to Get Started. And so many people ask Kevin and I through the years, and just still do all the time, how in the world do I get started? How do I get started? How do I do it? How do that first deal? What do I need to do first? And we were both in that same boat at one point in our career. So remember that. Everybody starts with their first deal. So what we look at is you want to have some base knowledge, a little, you should find some training. Obviously, we think we are the best available to be able to do that for you. I'm going to suggest you hop over to our site and pick up a copy of Dumb Enough, Are You Dumb Enough to Be Rich? Because there's a action plan, 120-day action plan in there that lays out for you, here's what I need to do today. Here's what I need to do today. Here's what I need to do tomorrow. Here's what I need to do the next day. Boom, 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 boom. But everything, if you'll learn correctly on the front end, this becomes such an incredibly wonderful business. And everything, in my opinion, evolves around two words, and it's money and offers. And if you're always concentrating on those two things, making offers on property, finding the funds to put the deals together, whether it be privately, whether it be hard money lenders. Look, once you get one, you don't stop there. I've got 3 or 4 that we use on a regular basis that I rotate with my clients and my personal properties around. And then, oh gosh, I don't know. I've got 75 to 100 private lenders that we do business with through the years. And so you look at, you kind of build your own network of places that you can go for funding so that you're not worried about, well, can I get that done? I know I can get that done. All I got to do is go find the property. And I know this is one of those chicken and egg scenarios. People ask me all the time, Bill, what should I do first? Should I find the property first or should I find the money first? And my response is always yes. You should. So
And
if you
here's
get
the
the
other thing
property
too.
first, easier to find the money. If you get the money first, trust me, you're going to go find a property. But they
So to
go
put it
hand
in
in hand.
basic terms, what Bill is saying is always, always, always be looking at properties and making offers, and always, always, always be looking at your money options. And just because you have a great money option, it's just one person or one company, don't count on that as being the
Yep.
money option for every single one of your deals. Not because they're not great and not because you're not great, but a lot of especially smaller companies and a lot of individuals for that matter, they just don't have the funds necessarily to keep up with an investor that wants to grow. Once you've done a few of these deals, you're going to want to do more and you're going to want to do more and you want to do more. So that person who has that 50K in their IRA that Bill was mentioning at the beginning of the show, they're not going to be able to keep up. Yeah, they would love to invest with you as much as they possibly can. They're just not going to have the funds to do it. So always be on the lookout. It is great to have more people who want to put money with you than you're able to use than to be searching for somebody to do this deal that you've got that's a great deal and you want to make an offer on it and you know you don't have the funding for it.
Yep.
So have everything waiting in the wings. That means have offers ready to go all the time so that you can use this money that's available to you and have that money available to you all the time so that you can fund these offers that you're making. And the only thing that is going to hold you back is your own time and ability. And it's that simple.
And bless you, brother.
Me.
And absolutely correct. And look, real estate agents want to work with you under one condition. They want you to be able to close. And if they know that you can close, they want to work with you. Now, what does that mean? Well, obviously it means you got to pay for it, but what does that mean? Everybody has to get a pre-approval of some kind. If you don't have a pre-approval, like the agents that we have at dfwproperties.net, nice little shameless plug there. The agents that we have at our company, they won't even go out with you if they don't have a pre-approval letter first. Now, if you've ever gotten a pre-approval letter, you know that it's pretty meaningless. I'm not sure why the industry puts such an incredible weight on it, but it's pretty meaningless because they're so easy to get. So you get a pre-approval letter, and then you have the ability to actually start looking and making offers. When you make an offer, know that most of the time you're going to be able to get away with putting no more than $1,000 down in earnest money. Some places really try to push for 1% of the sales price. I never do that, never have, never plan on doing that. Just go, hey, I do $1,000. That's not enough. I can go find another property. And don't get dealitis. Dealitis is, gee, I've got the itch to get started in investment real estate, and I'm just going to go out here, and every day that it takes to find a deal, you just get more intense and more crazy, and that's what we call dealitis, and that'll lead you to make a mistake. So just take your time, go out there, look at an appropriate amount of properties. I think you ought to look at, if you've got a good agent, you ought to be looking at 7, 10, 12 properties at a time. And if you do that and they are meeting basic investment criteria, then you're going to be in position to be able to make an offer that gets accepted. Kevin and I are both in the hottest markets in the country, Florida and Texas. We are the hottest markets in the country, period. And we find deals all the time. We're not looking for the same thing that a retail buyer is looking for. And then we separate ourselves even further, where we're not looking for the things that the average investor is looking for, because we know where to look. And once you've done a few deals and your confidence has gotten up, then the zeros become less meaningless or become more meaningless, so that pricing is not something that's going to hold you back. So if you'll pay attention to those things, agents will want to work with you. As soon as you get property closed, you're going to find out how excited they are to have more property for you. And they become a free member of your company. They become a non-paid employee, and they're working like crazy because they're going to make commission, and you're going to make a big fat check. And as we call it, they're going to get a tip. They're going to get 6% maximum. That's if they handle both sides of transaction. Doesn't happen very often. Does happen, but not very often. So that'd be 6%. And that would also be in an environment where they get 100% commission and have nothing going back to their broker. Even if it's a flat fee brokerage, the brokerage firm has gotten some money to represent them. Nobody does that for free. But you get to a point where you can start moving, and they're a great resource for you, your real estate agent. So if you're talking about getting hard money lenders and private money lenders on the money side and making those conversations regularly, you're talking to agents on the other hand about offers on a regular basis, you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah. Just always be on the hunt.
Yep.
Literally.
And it is
both, for real estate and for offers and for money.
And it is break time. So hang with us for the last segment today on how to get started right here on Investor Guys Podcast. We will see you shortly.
My name's Kevin Mills. I have a real estate training program that is so powerful, I will back it up with a double your money back guarantee that it will make you a millionaire. That's right. Double your money back guarantee that you will be a millionaire if you use what you learn in the Millionaire Blueprint. I call it the Guaranteed Millionaire Blueprint, and you can read more about it and watch more videos at guaranteedmillionaireblueprint.com. That's guaranteedmillionaireblueprint.com. Check it out. All the information is there. Are you ready to start adding performing properties to your portfolio, high performing properties to your portfolio? If so, check out the Real Estate Buyers event. Once a month, with the exception of December, Bill and I host a real estate buyers event in a high performing market where he and I are both investing. He and I both have experience. We share our experiences, our resources, what to buy, what not to buy, where not to buy, what strategies to use to get great returns on your investment in these markets. If you want to read more about it and you want to join us for one of these future real estate buyers events, go to realestatebuyersevent.com. That's realestatebuyersevent.com. We'll see you there.
All right, we are back on our last segment here, and just wanted to preface a couple of things. First of all, be educated, be knowledgeable. Don't just go out there making offers on retail deals and lowballing the offer, because that's the only way you're going to be able to make it work. Know what works for you based upon the strategy you want to implement, or based upon the strategies that you understand. Know what you're looking at. So if you want to do flips like what Bill is looking at, know what you're looking at for percentages. When Bill goes through the MLS, he's looking at properties. He has a general idea of which properties he should go and bother making offers on, and which properties not to waste his time on. He's not just looking at properties that are in areas that he wants and going and lowballing it 30 or 40%. He's looking at properties that meet the criteria that he has already. He knows that this is a property that's going to need to work. He knows that this is a property that he's probably going to be able to get down to roughly the price that he's going to need to make the offer on in order to make his 20% profit at the end of the deal. Also, there are strategies all day long. I make market value offers on properties because we have strategies that will still earn us 50 to 80% and more annual return on our investment. How easy is it to go out and make a full price offer on a property and know you're still going to make money on it? And it's not like a property that you had to go out and comb through, all the chaff in order to find. It's an everyday scenario, because those are the types of strategies that work on those properties. So know what you're doing when you're going out. It's a disservice, unfortunately, and I don't know why people do it, but you'll find a lot of real estate gurus who want you to think that it's difficult to go out and make offers. It's difficult. It's hard. You got to drive up and down streets looking for sale by owners. You have to comb through the MLS looking at, days on market. It is not that difficult. It really is not. If I see a for sale by owner, I'll give them a call and see what the deal is, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a better deal. It doesn't mean you're going to, or you should beat the owner up because they don't have professional representation. Combing through days on market in a lot of markets like where Bill and I are, forget it. They're just not going to be there. If they are, there's a reason that it's there, and it's not going to be a reason that Bill and I want it. So understand what you're doing now. Well, a lot of times it's because it's overpriced. My wife literally did a photo shoot on a condo that the other condos are selling for $800,000, and this guy has his condo listed for $1.2 million. And he's sitting there while she's doing the photo shoot saying, "I'm not taking any less than $1.2 million. I'm not taking any less than $1.2 million. This is it's $1.2 million period." And I'm thinking, okay, well, if the condos around you are selling for $8 million, what makes you think you're going to get an extra $400,000 for your condo? I mean, yeah, you got a few, but so do the other ones. So his property, if he keeps it on the market, you have all those days on market. Yeah. That's a property that I'm not going to waste my time going to take a look at.
Sure. And there's a lot of different filters you can look at to help call out the properties, but you have to understand on the front end and make a decision. What type of property do I want to look for? Do I want to look for rental property? Do I want to look for vacation rentals? Do I want to look for flips? I always bash the wholesale market, just like who was it? Jerry Nadler said Antifa was a myth, or the riots were a myth, something like that. The same kind of thing. I kind of look at wholesaling. It's almost a myth. Because most of those wholesale deals do not have, the numbers aren't correct. They don't have the right spread in them. If you find them that do, absolutely jump all over them. Have I bought property from wholesalers? Yes, I have. Would I again? Absolutely. But I get 90% or better that is complete junk because the numbers aren't right. They've either got the RF too high on it, or they have the repair budgets way too low. And so they would end up being about the only people that made money on it. You have to think about the market that you're in. And by that, not only do I mean geographically, but I want to talk about the market overall that we're in right now. And so for Kevin and I, the markets are just smoking hot. So when the market is really hot, one of the things that happens is you get, or smoking or sweating hot, either one in Kevin's case today. So when you get in those kind of markets, what happens, one of the things is that the inventory dries up. And so there's a tight inventory in both of our markets. And it's because it's so hot. Well, that's fine because we aren't looking for those properties necessarily. But you have to know that if a wholesaler is able to find it and buy it deep enough and to be able to sell it to you to make an appropriate amount of spread, and Kevin was talking about, I like to do 20, and it is 20 on the retail value of the property. Go back to your cash on cash number. That's where we always play. That's where Kevin and I spend our focus time, our mental thought process. Our sweat is about cash on cash returns. So if I've got 25, 50,000, 75, 100,000 in the property, and it is something that I can make 20% retail off of for me, and that 20% may be 60, 70, 80,000, $100,000, then what's my cash on cash return? Well, you're looking at, if I've got 100 in cash in it and I make 100, that means I've got 100% return. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for all the time. And of course, if it takes you less than a year to do that transaction, your return actually goes up substantially. If you're able to do that same transaction that you've got 100 in and you make 100 on, now it's not a $100,000 property. It's probably a $600,000 or $700,000 or $800,000 property, maybe $1 million property. But I've only got 100,000 of cash in it. And if I make 100,000 profit, that's 100% cash on cash return over the course of an entire year. If I can do that transaction in 6 months, my return doubles. And now my cash on cash, instead of being 100%, is 200%. And those are the kind of things that we're looking at all the time. What's the numbers? What's the rate of return? What's the cash on cash? Because if you stay focused on those things, you'll make good decisions. And I can't think of a better place to learn how to do that than hanging out with us two guys and being right here.
Absolutely. And again, you don't have to be locked into any one strategy. The benefit of real estate is knowing multiple strategies. If your strategies dry up in a particular area, switch strategies, move to something else. The money is in real estate, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it. If you go back to the beginning of history for real estate, whenever people were able to purchase real estate, those were the people who were wealthy. The landowners, and even in the days of the kings, when they were given land by the king, people who controlled that land were the ones who were wealthy. They are the ones who made the money. In fact, real estate is from the old word, which means royal, R-E-A-L, real. And it was the only thing that was tangible and real, because back in those days, they didn't have vehicles, they didn't have titles to things. The only thing that was real was the title that you received from the king for your real estate. We still use that term today. It is real, it is tangible, and it will make you money if you do it by the numbers, strictly by the numbers. You'll hear Bill and I say that over and over and over again. And we wanted to tell you guys, get started no matter what. You don't have to jump in with both feet. You don't have to take your entire life savings, throw it into something. Take 25,000 to put it into, a strategy. Take 50,000 to put it into a strategy. Get started, and you'll see how simple it is, how easy it is. Bill and I are here. We have classes that we do all the time. We're also happy to respond to emails. Reach us at contact at theinvestorguyspodcast.com. You can catch upcoming dates for buyers events that we have at investorguyspodcast.com, and catch us here every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, if you got a question, contact at investorguyspodcast.com. Shoot us a question. We'd be glad to give you our opinion on it, give you our advice, help you out a little bit there without any questions whatsoever. No charge on that. We'd love to help you. We like to see people get started. Look, the more people that are investing in real estate, it is better for our country, because you have part of the ownership in our country. And it, quite frankly, real estate investors are about as a group, about as patriotic as you're going to find. I'd say probably military are the only people that might be more patriotic as real estate investors, and a whole bunch of real estate investors are former military people. So we appreciate you guys being here with us. Kev, I've enjoyed the background. It's going to be.
I wish you would have made it out here, but we'll be back down here again soon. And
it's going to be sad to not see you there next week.
You know what? Maybe I'll do something from home. Palm Beach has got plenty of great places to go.
There you go. All right, everybody, have a great weekend and be back with us next week for more Investor Guys podcast. Kev, give the ladies a big hug for me, and I'll see you, brother.
Absolutely. You have a great day, and the rest of you happy investing.
See you, everybody.